Hello, I'm Panos Kotzafanasis, and this is Bad Accent Video Reviews. Today we're going to talk about The Mob, a 2023 film by Cong Zhao, a stylized martial arts film that is directed by a woman director, which is not so common, I guess, and a film that is now screening on Haya, courtesy of Wellgo USA. The movie begins with a rather stylish scene of action inside a luxurious club, which actually sets the tone for the rest of the film. Then we go 3 months before this event in 1928 Shanghai, where the gangs of the city have formed an alliance of sorts under Zhou Mingyou, who leads with an iron hand, with his only rule essentially being not for anyone to sell opium. You can probably find the connotations about opium war here and the Chinese and the British feud about that. His main rival, though, Zhen Longde, wants the profits from opium, which is the reason he has Mingyu assassinated, throwing the area in turmoil. The deceased three kids, Fighter Fang, Femme Fatale Xiao Yue, and Political Mian, decide on revenge, although they take different paths on how they achieve it. On the other hand, Zheng's own children, adopted Lin Hai, who is more calm and the fighter of the family, and Yu Yang, a more calculating type, are ready to oppose their adversaries, although the latter eventually emerges as the worst of all. Inevitably, all hell breaks loose as the officer and various foreigners also get involved. Before we proceed, however, let us check the trailer.
我和郑荣德血海深仇，那还等什么？
我爹的事儿就是您郑荣德做的了。
这能有这几个子女，真不是省油的灯啊！
我一定会查明真相，还周会长一个公道。
这一环套一环，明显就是郑龙德做的局。时间紧迫，
郑宇阳，如果传上。
你干什么去？
抓凶！
等我再回来，就是郑荣德的模式。
我鬼也不放过你！
Okay, regarding the movie, as usually in Chinese martial arts films, which was actually the case with Hong Kong martial arts film of the past, we have too many characters and events and too little time for essentially for all of them. It's very difficult to care about anyone. Also adding the fact that none of them is particularly decent. Okay, maybe the three siblings are the heroes, but I wouldn't say that they are great or particularly likable. On the other hand, we have a style that combines action with stylized cinematography that will remind The Warrior in terms of the action and the fact that we have opposing gangs, and Where the Wind Blows in terms of how the cinematography and in general the visuals are set. Probably you will get reminded a bit of Wong as the Grandmaster, although the film is not on the same level neither with that nor with the previously mentioned titles, at least in terms of, let's say, cinematic quality. On the other hand, the fight choreography is excellent, and the many scenes of action in the film are rather intricate, brutal, although not so much bloody. There is no gore here. There is violence, but not that much gore. So the editing, which is rather fast, allows this scenes to unfold in the most impressive fashion, and the visuals add even more to that. You will the initial scene, which we'll see 2 times, on part of it in the beginning and in its full glory later on. The one okay, there are various ones. We also have guns, explosions, but the one that definitely steals the show is the final one in the rain. Okay, this is kind of a cliche with the fighters in what would appear to be like English attire. They're all gentlemen after all, fighting in the rain in brutal fashion, but the fact remains that this is a very impressive sequence that also closes the film in the most spectacular fashion. Okay, there is a scene after the ending titles, but I will let you see that on by yourself. There is completely different in terms of overall climate. In general, Cong Zhao directs a film that focuses on the action, with the narrative, the story essentially providing a basis for all the action, again in a style that will remind many of the Hong Kong films of the past. Regarding the acting, as I mentioned, the way the number of characters that appear and the way the events follow one another in torrenting speed will not allow for anyone to stand out in terms of character, but the majority of them are quite impressive personas, let's say. Fang Zhu as Zhu Fang is the ultimate fighter and finds his apogee in the action scenes. Okay, he's short-tempered, always eager to fight, and he portrays that in excellent fashion. On the opposite side, we have Zhang Zhongran as Lin Hai, who is like the same persona, let's say, from the opposite faction, although he seems to be the calmest of all. Yang Jiaying as Zhu Jiaoye plays the femme fatale with gusto, and she's probably the most impressive persona in the whole film. Okay, the fact that she's the only woman with a central role here definitely helps in that regard, but still remains quite impressive throughout. Zhang Ziwei as Zheng Longde, which is the evil boss, let's say, is quite good. He plays the respectable villain with also in very convincing fashion, in an anchoring performance for the film, I would say. But the one who steals the show from everyone is definitely Chen Zhongxi as Zheng Yu Yang, who is the ultimate villain throughout the film. He's petty, cunning, not a very good fighter, tries to use his smarts and cunningness to win, but the way he proceeds in winning most of the time makes him a rather interesting persona to watch, in definitely the best performance throughout the film. Okay, there is not much more to say. Okay, if you come here for the story, plot, and characters, you will be disappointed, but if you come to the mob for the action scenes and the stylized visuals, you're definitely in for a treat, since the film is quite good in both of these aspects. In general, I feel that fans of martial arts films would definitely enjoy that, and the fact that it's a very good production definitely helps in that regard. Okay, don't expect blood and sex and whatnot, since I mentioned The Warrior, but for what it is, the film is quite good. No fans of martial art films will be disappointed, as I just mentioned. So this was another episode of Bad Accent Video Reviews. Thank you very much for being here, and if you like these videos, please like and subscribe to our channel. Hope to see you soon. Have a nice day. Bye.